You will own nothing and be happy. A plan set in place that by 2030 we will be a world of renters, subscribers, and debtors. But that plan is coming true years ahead of schedule, as ownership is quietly being replaced all across America with access. But access comes at a cost. See, when you own nothing, it doesn't mean that everyone owns nothing. It means that a select few own everything, and you are left to rent back your life from them, leaving you more dependent and vulnerable when the reset hits. But the most insidious part of this plan is how they make you believe it was your idea. Don't believe me? Take housing. For decades, owning a home was the foundation of the American dream, but today it's out of reach, further out of reach than ever before. Not by accident, but by design. Private equity firms like Blackstone and BlackRock now account for 30% of single-family home purchases in the United States. These aren't apartment buildings or mega mansions. These are starter homes. And they're not buying them to flip. They are buying them to hold and to rent out. The same institutions that are now snatching up retail, restaurants, healthcare, consolidating ownership and making it more challenging than ever for young Americans to enter into home ownership. All while simultaneously pushing the messaging that renting, not owning, is better for you. This isn't a myth. Look it up online and you will see a startling uptick in the messaging around how renting is actually the key to freedom. Flexibility, convenience, and freedom are all the key words used to describe what it's like to not have a mortgage, to be a renter instead. All key words that are highlighted in the World Economic Forum's vision of shifting from ownership to access. Now, do not get me wrong, if you cannot afford to buy a house, there is no shame in that. Many Americans today are barely scraping by, struggling to provide food for their families, let alone a down payment. But once again, this is not by accident. Inflation is not by accident. It is a choice. It is by design from those at the very top, because inflation, while it steals wealth from you, it also redistributes the wealth to those at the very top, to those who are positioned and ready to benefit from the inflation. Think about it. When people say that the middle class is disappearing, they don't mean literally. The middle class is shrinking as a tier in our society, but where are those people going? They're being pushed farther and farther down the ladder. More dependents, unable to keep up, barely scraping by, which makes sense given the continual devaluation of our dollar and the higher barrier to entry for ownership. Just look at home prices. If you look at 1976, the national median household income was $12,700, while the national median home price was $44,200, or roughly 3.5 times your annual salary. Not too shabby. But what about today? Well, in 2025, the median annual household income has jumped to about $83,000, or 6.5 times what it was in 1976, which is a pretty significant jump. But you already know where I'm going with this. Home prices have climbed too, with the median house now going for $417,000. A 9.5 jump, almost 10x jump from what it was in 1976, meaning it now takes roughly 5 times your